everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for coming back into my channel to watch my video. And today's video we are going to talk about some of the things I wish I knew before I came to the university. Okay, these are the things that I personally wish, coming from a public school, coming from the townships. These are the things that I wish I knew before I came to the university. Before I can even start by saying all the things that I wish I knew, let me just tell you which university that I attended and the course that I did. Okay, so I attended my school at UJ, University of Johannesburg, and I did Bachelor of Science in majoring in Geography and Environmental Management. Right, perfect. So I'm gonna say some of those things and maybe put some story time and just explain on my personal level or experience why I think these are the things that I wish someone told me. Maybe there's someone out there who's trying to apply for the university but does not know or is not aware of what's going on, just like I did. In my mind, university was like, you see what they show on TV, especially in America. You go there, it's parties, you're passing, after passing, you go to work, everything is perfect. Darling. I hambi ganjalo le way. Okay, I did some notes here so that I don't miss anything and I don't go off topic. Okay, so I'm gonna be thank you. So one of the things that I wish I knew before I came to the university, research on the course, because guys, there are courses that we don't know of. Like, you only know, oh, Loyana, oh, engineer, oh, okay, oh, so this development studies, oh, okay, oh, so this politics, oh, okay, but I actually didn't understand what was the course that the first time when I applied at UJ, I applied for Bachelor of Science in Psychology. In my mind I'm thinking, psychology, guys, man, bazosifundisa ngengqondo ukuthi isebenza njani, ukhuluma kanjani nomuntu, how to comfort them, make them feel better with their problems. That's what I knew in my mind, because we did have career days. I won't even lie. Like, the people who came to us were like people coming to advise us about the careers we already know, like about teaching, about engineering, about nursing, about common courses. About psychology, guys. No one told me this was in university. No one told me there are modules. I didn't know there are modules. Guys. I didn't know that in your course you do other modules, like you do something out of what you want. So they tell me I'm gonna do chemistry, I'm gonna do maths, but you're gonna do biology. And then I knew I'm in the pits. Ngabe teaching, being la. But I was like, okay, let me hold it down because I'm in. So first thing, guys, do your research, know the modules, know what's going on. If you know someone who's doing that course that you want, make sure you ask them what's going on, because you need it. I didn't know what is a module. I thought I was going there to do psychology straight. I didn't know I had to do maths and all of these other things. That's why I had to change, because guys, they told me I need to do biochem, that and this. I'm not going there. And then I changed my course and I majored in geography and environmental sciences. So that had to add another year. You see, not knowing is a problem. You see, thank you. Don't be like me. Do your research, my darling. Do as much research as you have to. If you want to do radiography, go to Google radiography at UJ, radiography at VET, radiography at UP, and find out the type of modules they are doing, so that you are set, so that you understand what you're putting yourself into. You understand? Don't be surprised when you get there. You know? And the second one, guys, before so in the research now you have to go to the university. But now maybe NSFAS has accepted you, or at home they've paid, they promised to pay for you for accommodation. You need to know where you're staying. Getting an accommodation, my goodness. Hey guys, it's not umdlalo. It's not umdlalo, because you need to go. Let me just talk to people who are coming to study at UJ. You need to come to Joburg. You need to come to Joburg, or if you're at Wits, you need to come to Joburg. You view these places online, and you come here, you view them yourself. Because some places, you apply, and Mofi is the ghetto, the Wi-Fi is not working, the water is not always hot, they don't have reliable transport, and you're going to you won't enjoy it all. So you need to make sure that you get the perfect accommodation. I was lucky enough to bump into someone who told me, my friend was like, I know someone who stays at Student Decks. It's accommodation in Bram, a little bit outside of Bram. Okay, I'm gonna check it out. But I didn't have the energy to go and check other places. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go there. When I went there, I did my application, everything went smooth. They told me they only have 3 sharing. The nice thing about that place is that they have 4 plates in the oven. Those are the things that you need to check. Like, if you need to know what are your priorities. Is your priority privacy? Is your priority a nice environment? You need to know what's important to you. Study room, what. In that place, they had a study desk, your bed, and an wardrobe. We shared an wardrobe, but it was big. And we had a shower and a 4-plate stove, It was big enough for the 3 of us. But like, if you are that person who doesn't like to sit or to stay with a lot of people, I wouldn't recommend you to stay in a 3 sharing. I would recommend you to look as much as possible to stay in a single room. If you have money, you can stay in an apartment. There are people who stay in apartments, But if we NSFAS before it, we don't have much options, unless you can top it up. Then unless you go and stay on campus, or but if you like the city life, if it's you want to be, you come to Bram, come to Bram, or go to DFC. There are races there. But if you love the city life, the student life, go to Bram. Yeah. And then the other important thing that I wish I knew is to make friends on my field. The worst thing that you can do to yourself is to isolate yourself. Esikolweni. Do not isolate yourself at school. University needs partnerships. It needs you to have friends that you can rely on. Let's say maybe you don't understand something, you can ask them, you do assignment together. Because I remember when I came here, I didn't even know how to use a laptop, a computer. I didn't even know how to do assignments, So I needed some friends. Luckily, I had met some few friends, so we used to help each other with assignments. There and using your intelligence as much as you can. It was the ghetto. First year is the ghetto. If you're someone who's coming from maybe rural areas or townships, you need to associate yourself with people in your own course or class or majors, that will help you a lot in passing a lot. Guys, when you're university, it's nice. You have a lot of freedom. You have freedom, like akufana say high school, whereby you're gonna be up here, yo anifacela ulethe phela assignment ngithe uze ne-project kusasa nine unprepared speech ningazi ni-prepared but okay we're gonna give it tomorrow nize kusasa mungasubmithe incwadi bathi hey wena submit incwadi but university my darling, they don't give a damn about you. They don't have that time for you. They don't have that time to totos you. Whether you have a depression or your boyfriend dumped you or life goes on. Life goes on. So you need to make sure that you time yourself, there's time for fun, there's time for going out, because there's gonna be a lot of opportunities where you have a chance to go out and dance the whole night, come back at your own time. I get blah 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 blah, especially if I didn't go out. So when I came here, I had the freedom that I always wanted. So you're gonna get that freedom, but you need to make sure how to use that freedom. I overused it. The other thing, brokenness. You're gonna be broke. If you're not smart, you're going to be broke. You are going to be broke, because now guys, you are no longer in townships where nonke somewhat near fananyana, nonke at home we were like this. Some of the people don't even have money to buy uniforms or it's understandable. Yeah, guys, you meet people who are coming from private schools, you're meeting people who are coming from Model C schools. So do you understand that they have better English? Like they have exposure compared to you? Because Mina, where I'm coming from, we didn't have a lot of opportunity to go outside and see the world in a different perspective. So university kind of gives you that a different type of perspective on life, basically, if I can put it in a way. So you need to make sure that you don't compare yourself with anyone. If you are sogola guys, you need to make sure that you focus on your school, because depression is real, guys. Depression is real at university. People are going through the most, because number one, guys, there's pressure that you need to look good all the time. There's pressure that you need to have money to go out. There's pressure that you need to eat certain food. There's pressure that you need to pass. You need to date. You need to do all of these things. We won. So another thing, they won't push you. Hey Hanifa, it's fine, you can submit tomorrow. No, you need to do your work. You need to write your test when they want you to write their test. So you need to always keep track and make sure you deal with your stuff. But the other thing that you can do as well to help you get through that is to attend psych ed. That's the opportunity I missed for myself. I wish I attended psych ed. Psych ed about mental. They have these psychologists that you have access to for free. You go, you tell them what you're going through. I think they really help, because I know some of my friends that when they look better, they look better, they feel better about themselves. But because I was stubborn, I was like, no, I can get through this, blah blah blah. I didn't, guys. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. I wish I went there. Maybe I wouldn't have failed. Maybe I wouldn't have, gone through so much pain that I went through when I was in university. So yeah, guys, attend psych ed. Attend it. It's free. I think it's free in all universities. They give you that open, because they understand the pressure of you being a student, of you being a friend, of you being, there's a lot of pressure at the university. That's why a lot of people have so much depression, Yeah. And other thing, guys, ukusebenza ufunda. It's not a joke, guys. I had to get work, because I remember my first year, 2017, we didn't have allowance. at all. And NSFAS only paid for accommodation and fees. We didn't have allowance. So I only got allowance at home like once in a while when they have money, but my 200 day, 300 day. So do you understand that I needed the money? Because being Nuklala and I didn't have food. So I had to get a job. But I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend it all. Or I would recommend actually, because I was working from first day until I finished. Need to balance your stuff. You need to know when to study, you need to know when to work. Because I know, guys, when you're working and studying, it's not easy. You come from work, you are tired. Because I used to do promotions. Promotions are the good start in your university years. They pay well, and it's good for student. Actually, the amount they give student, it's maintainable. You can maintain but you need to balance your life. You need to balance yourself. You need to know when to study. You need to know when to do your schoolwork. All you need to do is to balance your stuff. Do you see the kind of things that I didn't know? All of these things I only found out when I was here. So in case in the visa, peer pressure, smoking weed, drinking alcohol, going out, visiting friends. Those are the things you need to keep in mind. You can do them, but you know what? You need to make sure that you time yourself. You prioritize your schoolwork, guys. You prioritize your schoolwork. Because those friends that you go out with, that you party with every time, bayafunda, and they won't tell you. So now you need to make sure that you study and you do your work. Yes. And yeah, guys, I know it's hard, but you will get through it. You definitely get, no matter how hard it is, just keep pushing. Don't give up. School is not the end of the world. Just because you're failing doesn't mean it's the end of the world. There are a lot of people who are successful that didn't go to school. I know school is very important, but just even if you fail once, twice, keep on going. If you still have an opportunity to be at school, just be at school. Some of us wouldn't have known what is YouTube, what is Instagram, because we were not exposed to the internet. But because I came to the university, I was exposed to a lot of things that I'm sure that I wouldn't have been exposed to if I didn't come to school. You get where I'm going. So guys, keep pushing. Keep pushing. It's worth it. At the end of the day, it's very worth it. It's very worth it. Yes. And the other thing is, make sure you guys, you research, you apply for internships while you're still at school. You find out the companies that you need to work for, or you apply to all companies as an intern. I know you won't have time for all of that, but if you do get time to do all of that, just go, because university gives you a lot of free time, so you can do a lot of things. And I know, and one thing I've realized about being at the university is that you get to find yourself there. You get to be exposed in things that you were not aware they exist. You get to be the other person. You get to do a lot of things. I would say just experiment, just have fun, because after university, life will face you and will face you alone. So guys, thank you for stepping by into my channel. I hope what I've said has helped you in a way. If you're in matric, I hope it has helped you. If you're in university and some of the things you didn't know, now you know. I hope I have helped you as well. Thank you for stepping by, and I'll see you next time.